And every time I go to St. George, and this is a city that's probably 2 hours northeast of Las Vegas on I-15. If you live in Utah, you totally know it. In fact, in the western U.S., you increasingly know it. But it's a vacation town. That's what it's always been. And there's a lot of good people there and some great businesses, but it's kind of the gateway to a lot of national and state parks, a very scenic place. And we get asked all the time by locals here, when are you going to build in St. George? When are you going to build apartments or fourplexes or homes in St. George? I love it. Now, I think that they're usually asking that from the point of view of, I want to have a vacation house that I can go to and maybe Airbnb it and do whatever I want. That's usually why they're asking. And I get it. And we've in the past felt the same way about St. George that we have Vegas. Although because this is becoming less true, and this is what we're going to talk about today. My position was, and I said this to Sherida and Chase and Jesse, who works with us, and because Chase and Jesse are from St. George. The thing that makes me nervous about St. George is it's a bunch of old retired people, construction workers, some doctors, and who else, right? That was what I thought. And, you can compare that to Vegas. If we look at the mortgage meltdown of 2008, Las Vegas is on the short list of places that were really, really hammered. And so was St. George. St. George really took it on the chin during the mortgage meltdown of 2008. So I said to Chase and Cheryl, like, what's the big deal? What am I missing here? Should we be looking at St. George? And I don't know, I'm not saying that we officially are, but it's something that we felt like was worth discussing on the show today.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up St. George. That's where I'm from. And so we looked at St. George. When was that? 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, and we're not picking on, it's an example. There's a lot of cities. It's a good
example because it's that city where there could be opportunity that some people might not be going and some people are actually going to because they see other things that really attract their attention. But one of the things that we like about St. George that I've heard is their vacancy rates are so low. It's like 0.01%. But then you bring up the point is, okay, where are the jobs at? Is it just teachers, schools? Where are they coming from? And so we're talking about remote work, and you have a nice area like St. George, and there's probably 100 different cities that are similar like that, that's a little bit smaller, trying to figure out where the employment's coming from. But if you look at St. George, you look at how beautiful it is and the opportunity from an outdoors perspective to be able to get out and enjoy life more. And so that's why when we're talking about being able to work from home and working remotely, it's those places that are probably pretty dang attractive right now. And so when it comes to investing, whether it's a long-term vacation rental, whatever the case is, I think it's those markets that are still staying hot or maybe even more popular right now.
Yeah, because in the past you've looked at, I want to build here, I want to move into this market. What are the big companies? Who's hiring? Where are these jobs? What's the employment base? Mm-hmm. We're saying that might not be enough anymore.